Good morning. It is Friday, January the 29th, 2021, and today is Kansas Day. For those of you who don't live in Kansas, you're missing out. We have always had big Kansas Day celebrations. This year's a little different because of the uh, COVID. We weren't able to do all of the activities that we normally do. But we're going to celebrate Kansas Day today on Anyone's Story Time with Miss Janet. And we're going to make a crown to wear and some other activities that you can do to celebrate Kansas Day and also learn a little bit about Kansas history. We have a couple of books we're going to share with you. The first one is called S is for Sunflower, a Kansas Alphabet, and One Kansas Farmer, a Kansas Counting Book or Number Book. And so we're going to do those, make that available to you, let you learn a little bit about Kansas and its history and the people who live here, and help us celebrate Kansas Day today. So let's get started with our morning songs, and then we will get into our Kansas program. Top of the morning, get ready to move. Sit up tall, we've lots to do. Blink your eyes, wiggle your nose, nod your head, and touch your toes. Stand up now, 1, 2, 3. Swing your arms and bend your knees. Top of the morning, get ready to shine. All warmed up, we'll have a good time. Good morning, ladybugs. Good morning to the others who are watching us. Top of the morning, get ready to move. Sit up tall, we've lots to do. Blink your eyes, wiggle your nose, nod your head and touch your toes. Stand up now, 1, 2, 3. Swing your arms and bend your knees. Top of the morning, get ready to shine. All warmed up, we'll have a good time. Okay, I hope you're all warmed up and ready to have a good time today. We're going to be learning about Kansas today because it's Kansas Day. And let's do the Itsy Bitsy Spider. Except the spider I saw this morning that came up the water spout was pretty big. He wasn't little. The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again. Let's do it again. Put your fingers together and walk them up. The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again. All right. And you know, Kansas has a state song, so we're going to sing that one before we get started. Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. Home, home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. That's just a little bit of Kansas State song, and we're going to talk about that a little bit in our book that we're reading today. So, for those of you who are listening that don't live in Kansas, Kansas always celebrates its birthday on January 29th, and it became a state in 1861. So this year, Kansas is 160 years old. That's really old. So we're going to celebrate today by making us a Kansas Day crown, and we're going to read parts of a couple of Kansas books. These are long stories, so I'm going to pick out parts of them to read to you. S is for Sunflower, a Kansas alphabet book, and it was written by a husband and wife, Devin and Corey Skillen, and it was published by the Sleeping Bear Press in Chelsea, Michigan in 2004. And when you look at this book, it has two sections. It has this section, which has a lot of information. And then it has this section, which just has a little bit of information. So we're going to read the one that has the little bit of information. But if you're really interested in Kansas, this might be a book you want to do again. We do a lot of traveling with our first letter A on the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe. But it's also aviation with pilots and planes galore. Maybe the beautiful prairie sky makes Kansans want to soar. Rhyming words there. Listen for them. Okay. B. They once crowded Kansas plain and stretched to far horizons. It's the burly buffalo, also known as bison. And B is for the bushel basket nailed upon the wall. For Kansans, there's a special love for the game of basketball. C. From Coffeyville to Colby, Clay Center to Chanute, is a colossal combine wheat pouring from its chute. A C for crops and a C for cattle. It may not be on the label, but think of how much Kansas is on your dinner table. Dig out your denim and duster too. Put on your cowboy hat. We find our D right here in Dodge City, center of the wild, wild west. Here they drove cattle from Texas Trail under the frontier sun, and good brave men like Wyatt Earp kept outlaws on the run. E is for explorers who dared the dream of flight. It's Joe Engle and Ron Evans rocketing out of sight. It's heroic Amelia Earhart, aloft and soaring free, became the first woman to fly across the sea. And she was from Kansas, Amelia Earhart. F is for the forts that guard the Kansas plains, built to protect the pioneers in westward wagon trains. And F is also for freedom. Let it live in lasting glory. That the fight to keep all people free is the heart of Kansas' story. A G is for giddy up, a gallop through the past, for the giant Kansas legends on horses trim and fast. Men like Wild Bill Hickok charging up a hill, and William Frederick Cody, better known as Buffalo Bill. These famous Kansas people. A great big H for Hutchinson, home of Kansas State Fair. H is for the Harvey House, for you may not be aware that Fred Harvey thought most restaurants served their food too slow. Think of that the next time you're asked, would you like your order to go? A little boy from Abilene, do you think that anyone knew that he'd grow up to lead the way to winning World War II? I is for Ike, that Kansas boy who grew to hold such power, the 34th President of the United States, Dwight D. Eisenhower. Feel the beat? That American tune with style and such pizzazz. The most American sound of all is the swinging sound of jazz. So a jiving J for Kansas legends playing a jazzy ditty like Coleman Hawkins and Charlie Parker jamming in Kansas City. And Kansas City gives us K, though one city's really two. With one in Kansas and one in Missouri, there's twice as much to do. Whether it's beef or barbecue, the food's worth the trip, so settle in with a knife and fork and a Kansas City strip. L. A pioneer family in a home on the plains can sound rather ordinary, but not in Laura Ingalls Wilder's little house on the prairie. And L is for Langston, as in Langston Hughes, truly one of a kind, helping the world understand the African American mind. So a couple of famous authors there. M. This is our state bird. We're off to Kansas' largest lake. Lake Milford gives us M. Another M for meadowlark singing his morning hymn. Our state bird's song is sweet and pure, a sign of Kansas spring. Maybe hearing the meadowlark made Martina McBride want to sing. Another famous Kansan. N is for Native Americans of today and long ago. To them the land was paradise with its sea of buffalo. The people of the South Wind were here when settlers came. So salute the Kansa Indians who gave the state its name. The Kansa, people of the South Wind. O. Look at the O's in the Olympic rings. O is for Olympipad. Kansans have been among the greatest the games have ever had. The strength of Al Ortner, Lynette Woodward's grace, the way that Billy Mills ran, and drape a gold medal on Maurice Green, the world's fastest man. We've had a lot of Olympians from Kansas, and we learned about a new one this week. I'll be sharing that video online too. P is for Pizza Hut. They're such a common sight, and there's a little bit of Kansas in each and every bite. And a great big P for Gordon Parks. His camera and his pen showed the world a man who is more than the color of his skin. Pizza Hut was started in Wichita, so it has Kansas connections. You'll find our Q in Kansas fields with its brown speckled tail. Rustle the brush and straight for the sky flies a bevy of bobwhite quail. And head to Quinter for a tower of stone, quite a sight you'll see. The Castle Rock is standing guard, left over from an ancient sea. R. A flag of blue and crimson, a banner of purple satin. One proudly waves in Lawrence, the other in Manhattan. R is raucous rivalry. What kind of fan are you? Do you cheer for the Cats of K-State or the Hawks of old KU? We're getting closer to the end of the alphabet here. You know what those are? And S for stand of sunflowers swaying in the sun. Take a look at the Kansas flag and you'll find another one. Lovely and bright but rugged and tough. Sounds like someone you know? The yellow sunflower is very much like the people who live in its glow. A capital T for a capital town. The governor calls it home. A capital T for Topeka and its towering copper dome. And T is for tornado. Every Kansas school child knows where to go and what to do when the tornado siren blows. U is for the umber color the prairie grasses turn in fall, under a sky of ultramarine in summer's curtain call. It's the understated beauty of the Flint Hills at dawn, the golden plains where earth and sky go on and on and on. V is for the visitors who come and decide to stay. They came from all over Europe and changed the Kansas way. They brought us brand new customs and brand new foods to eat, just like the Volga Germans who brought a new wheat. Think of the city of Wichita the next time you're in the air. The city's airplane makers might have put you there. And W stands for women, so many pioneers, the wonderful Kansas women who forged new frontiers. Draw an X on the United States, the lower 48. You'll find the X's meet right here in the center of our very state. It's near the town of Lebanon. The X will come to rest, the exact geographic center of the continental U.S. Why? Who's that? A Kansas girl in ruby slippers, a witch as green as a toad. We're off to see the Wizard of Oz. Yellow. Y is for the yellow brick rose. Oz was lovely, but Dorothy found no matter where she'd roam, she'd much prefer her Kansas farm, for there's no place like home. On a classic Kansas day, you'll fly your kite with ease, zipping through the blue on a zesty Kansas breeze. Z is for Zephyr, a Kansas Zephyr, making windmills go, for seldom comes a Kansas day when the wind does not blow. We talked about what the state animal of Kansas was. Do you remember? If you said a bison or a buffalo, you are correct. What was the Kansas flower? It was the rugged sunflower. And what was the Kansas bird? You see him there, a western meadowlark. And there's a couple others on here that we didn't talk about in the book. Our Kansas insect is the honeybee, and our Kansas amphibian is a tiger salamander, and the last picture is a picture of Kansas. We aren't going to read a Kansas farmer, but I'm going to show you a couple of things. We started out and I sang a song called Home on the Range. It says 2 songwriters wrote a little ditty. Folks sang it in Pratt and out in Dodge City. A prairie waltz became our song, sung to this very day. Sing about our Kansas home where deer and antelope play. And the song was, oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. Home, home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. Dr. Brewster Higley and Dan Kelly were in Smith Center, Kansas in a dugout in 1872 or 1873, and they wrote that song, and it became our state song. This book here has a lot of neat information about Kansas too, but we really don't have time to read it all, but it talks about some really neat places to go, and it talks about the honeybee becoming our state insect. And I love to do Kansas Day. One of my former students moved out of Kansas, and she said one of the things she missed was doing Kansas Day. And we have a lot of fun with our Kansas Day activities. And I hope that you have enjoyed learning a little bit about Kansas today. Now we're going to work on our Kansas Day craft. And you're going to need your crayons and some scissors and some glue so we can put it together and get our craft made today. And what color is a sunflower? It is yellow with a brown center. So we're going to color our sunflower and make it nice and yellow. And I'm going to have to go check on something here. I got somebody in here. Can I help you?
Yeah, just exchange some soap dispensers.
Okay, they're in the bathrooms back there. Thank you. Sorry about that interruption. I had somebody in the other room and I couldn't see who it was. So your sunflower is yellow, and we'll go ahead and do the sunflower back here too. And what color was the center? The center is brown, so we'll color our center brown. You can make your Happy Kansas Day whatever color you would like. We'll color our center of our flower down here. The meadowlark has nice yellow and brown on the back, so you can color him. Our buffalo is also brown, so you will color him. The honeybee is yellow and black. And Kansas school children chose the honeybee to be our Kansas State symbol, our Kansas State insect, because honeybees are industrious and they felt that the citizens of Kansas were a very industrious group. The tiger salamander has some black and yellow on him, as well as a little bit of orange, but we're gonna make him. And then you can pick what color you want to color the state of Kansas, but I'm going to choose green because Kansas has a lot of agricultural products and a lot of things that grow. And so I'm going to choose green. And then let's pick, oh, I like blue. For this, we're going to color our happy. And my colors are so big it's hard to stay in the lines. Okay, Happy Kansas Day, January 29th, and this year Kansas is 160 years old, so I'm going to put that 160 out here so you can remember that Kansas is 160 years old. We're going to cut out this part. Of our Kansas Day craft. we'll cut out the, and you're going to glue these on your hat. And I'm going to start, and you can put them in whatever you want, but I'm going to put Kansas in the middle and the sunflower. And then you can put them wherever you want, like I said. The honeybee and the salamander are a couple of the last ones, so I'm going to put those on the end. And the meadowlark and the buffalo. So we'll glue those down. And remember, we've got a little bit of, so if we put the glue on and we kind of scoot it around a little bit, it'll make it stick better. All right, now we have them all on here, but how do you put it on your head? Well, we're going to need to take a little strip of our paper, and hopefully you have a strip of paper that you can use to make a band for your head. It doesn't have to be really big. So I'm going to use this here. And I'm going to rub those down a little bit so they stick a little better. And I'm going to use a stapler and attach the band here. And over here. And then you have your Kansas Day crown to celebrate the 160th birthday of Kansas. And again, if you are looking for books about Kansas, One Kansas Farmer, S is for Sunflower, we have some other Kansas books too that you might enjoy. Do your study about Kansas history today. Celebrate the birthday of Kansas, and then we will be back on Monday. And Monday we will be learning about Groundhog's Day, which is on Tuesday, the 2nd of February. We'll see if the groundhog sees his shadow, and whether we're going to have more winter or spring's going to come early, you know how that goes. So on Monday we will do Groundhog's Day. On Tuesday, Miss Vita has story time. Wednesday we'll do Carrot Day, and then we will be doing Weather Day on Friday, and that will be February already. If you haven't picked up your craft packet, you need to come by the library and pick up your craft packet. And you know, you don't have to do these with me when I do them. you can come back to our library Facebook page, the Friends of the Library, the Senior Facebook page, and you can listen to these stories later and do them when you have time. Sometimes this time isn't the best time for everybody, and you have to miss one, but you can always catch up and do them again. So it's not a big problem. I'm looking forward to getting the rest of the packets out to people, and I hope you all have a great weekend. And we're going to close with our closing song because today was a little long, because I get a little carried away when I'm talking about Kansas Day, and it was one of my favorite things to teach when I taught in school. And so let's do If You're Happy and You Know It, maybe with a little different touch here. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, wear your hat. If you're happy and you know it, you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, wear your hat. If you're happy and you know it, say goodbye, bye, bye. If you're happy and you know it, say goodbye, bye, bye. If you're happy and you know it, you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, wear your hat, say goodbye, clap, clap, stamp, stamp. We could add all kinds of fun things on there. I'm wishing you all a very happy Kansas Day. The sun's shining. Get out and enjoy some of the nice Kansas nature today. The sun's shining. It's going to be 50. Enjoy it. Come back on Monday for a story about a groundhog. Goodbye.